Hey Ed, I thought you might want to get a look at the truck you restored and some of the changes we've made and how it looks now. Um, sure didn't need a lot. You guys did a great job putting a bed on and putting new floors in, and that's probably what attracted me most, was the fact that those things had all been done. The new floors were a major selling point because I know they tend to rust out in these old trucks. The material that came with the truck had a wiring diagram for turn signals, and I don't know if you intended to put turn signals on and didn't, or you put turn signals on and somebody subsequently took them out, but I can get a parking lamp turn signal assembly, and the holes are already pre-drilled in the grill, so that's something in the spring I will probably do. It's already starting to get old, driving around and having to put the window down, or having to use a hand signal every time I turn, and not being sure if people in the younger generation know what I'm trying to tell them. The other thing I'll probably do in the spring is put a rear view mirror on this side. Not so in traffic it's not such a big deal, but when you're backing up or in and out of the garage, it would be handy to have. So I think that's one thing I'm going to add. Other than that, we really haven't had to do too much. It's pretty much done. The fuel gauge doesn't work, but that's not a big deal. The temperature gauge works. The oil pressure gauge works, and lights work. Tail lights work. Brake lights work. So the truck doesn't need a whole lot. I can tell you this: I'm having a blast just driving around the neighborhood. I don't know if I told you in our email conversations, but I previously had a '67 Camaro that had been restored, and I sort of treated that car like jewelry. Took it mostly to shows and cruise-ins and out on nice days just to drive out in the country. But it's not a car that I would drive around the neighborhood and leave in shopping center parking lots and things like this. But this truck is just a blast. Take to the grocery, take to Home Depot, and just to run errands on nice days. It's a lot of fun. Probably will drive her a little bit in the winter since there's no heater. That's a little bit of a deterrent, but you know, I can bundle up and get around that. The other thing we did was I have a blog that I do daily called Grumpy Old Dog, and a lot of people know me as Grumpy, and for that reason we came up with this idea of adding some pizzazz or some humor to the truck by doing some vinyl lettering. The nice thing about it is we decided to go with vinyl instead of having it hand painted, because it is simple to change in the future if we want to make it something else, or get tired of that theme and change it. It's easy to do. It peels off, and you just rub the adhesive off with some rubbing alcohol and slap something else on there. The other thing I did was when I got the truck, all of the tires were dry rotted. So I did need to order four new tires immediately. As you know, they're an odd size, being the 8-17 and a half, and with an 8 lug. But Coker Tire had them. I took off the old dirty lug nuts and put some chrome ones on just to dress it up a little. That's in the spring. I'm thinking about maybe painting the wheels, get a contrasting color that would look good with the color of the truck. I'm not sure what that is yet, but I've got the winter to work on some ideas. The other thing that we did, and I'll show you here, is you may or may not remember, and I don't know how it was when you had it, but the seat had a dirty streak down the center of the back and onto the seat, and then this corner right here has a tear in the vinyl. So we just found a horse blanket that really doesn't install tightly enough, because we can't get the seat to come forward so that we can tie it down securely, but it works for the time being, and and looks a little better than the torn and stained original seats. Everything else is probably pretty much as you left it, and I'll tell you, even now that the weather's turned cold, the truck starts up pretty much first time every time. Just leave the choke out, let it till it gets up to temperature, and put the choke back in, and off you go. No problems. It's a well-running, sturdy truck as far as I'm concerned. The other thing we did was when going to shows or cruise-ins or just leaving it in the Home Depot parking lot, I want to have something to carry around, extra fan belt, extra fuses, some tools, socket set, things like that. And there's no secure storage in an open bed truck, so we found this old antique trunk also on eBay, and just put a few coats of UV protectant on it, and it already had a hasp, and it's got some nice patina on it. I don't know how well you can see it in the sunlight, but it's got some nice patina. The handles are rusted a little. It just seemed to fit with the theme of the truck, so I bolted that in the bed. And the only bad part about it is if once I die or the truck gets passed on, that's probably going to have to go with it, because that would even look nice in the house. And the one other thing we did was bought the decal Chevrolet to put on the back to just finish it off, make it a little more decorative or a little more appealing than just the plain tailgate. And I do have to say that I've had a lot of comments already on this bed, and I know from the receipts that came with it that you apparently purchased the wood and the strips and put the whole bed in, and it's really nice. This is really well done, and I appreciate it. So that's about it. Just wanted you to see what we've done, the changes we've made, and it's a fun old truck. You already know that, and I'm enjoying the hell out of it. Hope you enjoyed this, and take care.